Hi, my name is Jess. I'm a librarian at the University of Newcastle who specialises in assisting the law school. Today I'm going to introduce you to the citation style Australian Guide to Legal Citation 4th edition, or AGLC4 for short. This will be a very brief overview of the citation style. If you require further information, jump onto our website at www.newcastle.edu.au/library, where you'll find a link to the library's guide to the style, as well as a link to the free full-text PDF of the citation style available via the University of Melbourne. AGLC4 is a citation style that is required to be used by the University of Newcastle's Law School for all assignments. It's also commonly used outside of the university by legal practitioners and academics and law students at other institutions. So the great thing about the style is that because it's so widely used, you're going to find that the knowledge that you've learnt throughout university is going to transmit really well to your legal career after you finish. It's a footnoting citation style. This means that when you're referencing something in the middle of your assignment, the citation should appear as a numbered footnote at the bottom of the page. A bibliography is also needed at the end of your assignment. Although it is optional, I would check with your lecturer or your course coordinator before you do not include a bibliography at the end of your assignment. There's a big difference in how the bibliography is set up in AGLC4 from citation styles that you may be more used to. References included in the bibliography are grouped together in categories, with the 5 basic categories being books, articles, and reports grouped together, followed by the category of case law, then legislation, treaties, and other. The other section will include resources such as news articles and websites. If you have not used a resource from these categories, you can omit that category. Once you've categorized the references, you still need to make sure that they're in alphabetical order. So the most common resource that you will cite in this style is case law. So let's have a look at how you would cite a case for your bibliography. So you can see from the first example that to cite a case, you will need to include the party names of the case. In this example, they're Commonwealth v Tasmania in italics, followed by the year of the case. You'll notice between my first example and the second example of Baker v Stewart that the brackets around the case are a different shape. The shape of the brackets is based on the report series that the case was published in. In the case of Commonwealth v Tasmania, the year is in round brackets because the Law Report Series CLR is published in numbered volumes. Baker v Stewart has square brackets because the Law Report Series it was published in does not have numbered volumes. Instead, the volumes are published by year. The difference in brackets is done to place emphasis on either the volume or the year, whichever is relevant for the individual case. If it is published in a numbered volume series, after the year comes the volume number. In the case of Commonwealth v Tasmania, that number is 158. If the case is not published in a numbered volume series, this part can obviously be omitted. After this is the report series abbreviation. Abbreviations are used instead of the full title of the law report. To find the correct abbreviation, you can use a legal abbreviation database. We have links to the key Australian resources in our case law subject guide, which is also available via our website. In the case of unreported cases with a medium neutral citation, the abbreviation for the court it was heard at that would be used instead. After the abbreviation comes the number of the starting page. This is the number of the first page of the case. In some cases, paragraph numbers are used instead of page numbers, so we use the paragraph number instead. If the case has both page and paragraph numbers, the page number takes precedence. To use these references for a footnote, you will need to include a pinpoint number after the starting page. A pinpoint number is simply the location of what paragraph, page, or section of a case you got the information from. All footnotes should also end with a full stop. There are differences in how you reference reported cases, which both of my examples are, versus how you would cite an unreported case. For further details, check our referencing guide. Now, let's have a look at the second most common form of resource that you would reference using this style, which is legislation. The examples on my slides are both acts, which is the most commonly cited form of legislation. You can see from both examples that the short title of the act, followed by the year it was implemented, comes first in the reference and is italicized. Following this is the jurisdiction that the act was implemented in abbreviated form. The Corporations Act 2001 is federal legislation, so it has the abbreviation for Commonwealth, CTH, while the Evidence Act is New South Wales legislation, so it uses the abbreviation NSW. To reference these in a footnote, just like in cases, you will need to include the pinpoint number of the section where you got your information from and end the footnote with a full stop. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. Remember that we have a referencing guide available via the library's website, and if you need any help, the library is available to you in person at Newspace, Callaghan, Arimba and Sydney campus libraries, and also online. Feel free to click the links to help in the description box below. Bye for now.